Yasir, thanks very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Let me take you back to your time here in Scotland and ask what your first impressions were when you arrived in Scotland.
Obviously, it's nice to come to Scotland and play my early part of my career as an overseas for a club. I started my club cricket 2001, and I came here to play for Clyde Cricket Club, and I had a great memories and great stories. I still remember those years, great years in my mind, and still cheer those moments.
It's such a young age to be travelling around the world to gain experience. Were you nervous when you left to come to the UK?
Yes, I was a bit nervous because I was very young at that time, and I was never on my own without my family abroad. So this was my first experience coming to different country and play cricket as an overseas. But when I arrived in Scotland, I had a great time with the Scottish people, especially the Clydesdale cricket club fans and the supporters and the players. And then I actually played like 6 years for Clydesdale and had like ups and downs. First 2 years was like it was hardly we played any cricket because it was too much rain in first 2 years, and then last 4 years like we played tremendous cricket as a team and won a lot of trophies for the club.
And how valuable was your time playing in Scotland?
Yes, I mean playing for club cricket in Scotland, and then I think that was my turning point while I was playing for Clydesdale. I think the guy sitting next to you, Mike Stanger, he was there as well, and he asked me once evening in the club I was there, and he asked me there's an offer for you to play for Scotland national team, and I was surprised and I was overwhelmed to got that offer, and then I played for Scotland 2 years, and I think that was my turning point going into the county cricket, because I played so many big counties there, and then from there I get the proper contract to play for Sussex.
Tell me a bit about playing for the national side, playing for Pakistan. You've been in and out of the Pakistan team over a number of years.
Yes, I mean playing for your national team and representing your country is always a great honor. And I made my debut like 15 years ago, if I recall it. I made my debut in Karachi against Sri Lanka, and then I got my first debut wicket on my 8th ball of the game, which was like one of the best batsmen in the world, Sanat Jayasuriya, and caught by another legend, Wasim Akram. So it was a great memory, and still remember that day. And then I made my test debut in 2007 against India in India, and I got 7 wickets on the debut and made 44 runs. That was a great memorable day for me playing for Pakistan. And then I got picked. Sometime I got picked, and then sometime I got dropped. But all in all, I'm enjoying my cricket, playing in Australia, back here in England, and still playing domestic cricket in Pakistan.
A very exciting winter for you, playing in the Big Bash League. A couple of questions about that. First of all, this year the competition really seems to have taken hold of the popular imagination. It seems to have gone to a new level.
It is. I mean, I heard a lot about Big Bash before going to Australia and playing in Big Bash. Last year I got a contract, and I went to play for Perth Scorchers, and it was like a great experience playing in front of like packed, sold out crowds over there, and almost like this year again. And the maximum crowd I played in front of it was 54,000 against Adelaide at the Oval, and really enjoyed playing in Australia, their weather, and the atmosphere they create in the Big Bash.
The final against the Sydney Sixers has gone down in legend as one of the most dramatic final overs in cricket in the last few years. What was it like to experience that?
Yeah, it was a quite nerve-wracking game. especially that too in final. And we played so many close games this year. Defending very low scores, especially in T20, is hard to defend 140, 150 runs in this form of cricket. But still, we managed to defend those targets, and we played some brilliant cricket this year.
Yeah, very satisfying. Back at Hampshire now and ready for a pre-season tour to the West Indies, I understand.
Yes, I signed Hampshire last year, and I signed them for 3 coming years. This year going to be my first year, and I'm going to play T20 and one-day cricket for them this year. And then next week I'm off to Barbados for the pre-season. That's a two weeks training camp there. So then I'll come back and then do my training with the Hampshire guys.
Just looking at your own country, Pakistan, and turning our attention back to the Cricket World Cup, what's your assessment of their group stage performances so far?
I think by looking Pakistan performance in this World Cup is not up to the mark, because especially by missing one of the two best spinner in the world. I mean, Saeed Ajmal and Muhammad Hafiz. They won so many games for Pakistan in the recent past, but unfortunately, because of their bowling actions and the Hafiz injury, we are definitely missing these two spinners right in the middle of our bowling. And we got Ireland in a week's time, so we got to win a game against South Africa.
The Ireland match is a crucial match. It seems like the winner of that match will progress, and the loser may well be on an early plane home.
Yeah, definitely. But still, if you see the points table, we are below Ireland, I think, on the run rate. We need to win that game, and with a good margin, actually.
And have you had the chance to watch any of Scotland's performances? They did very well against Bangladesh, not quite enough. But
yes, I saw that game, and I saw the previous games as well, because I got a great affection with the Scottish boys and the Scottish team. And they played excellent cricket in the last game, but unfortunately they lost the game because Bangladesh, I think they batted well. They got good experienced batting side than Scotland. Scotland got a very young side, and if I recall, like Majid Haq is the only guy who was when I was there. He was playing, as he is still playing for Scotland. So it's very promising that to see some youngsters coming up from the Scottish team.
And finally, Yasir, any words for the members here at Clydesdale? Really nice to see Mike staying here after a long time. I had a chat him on the phone last week, and then I see often Colin Mitchell and the rest of the guys, because every year I come to whenever I come to Scotland, Glasgow, Scotland, I come to my club and meet my old friends there, and all the guys. Big hi to everybody at Clydesdale from my side. Great. Thanks very much, Yasir.
Thank you very much.